Long before the world we know, before modern nations and borders, the first empire rose from the earth. But this wasn't a story of peaceful unification. This was an empire built on blood, conquest, fear, and unimaginable cruelty were the very cornerstones of its foundation. In this age, survival was a daily struggle, and obedience wasn't a choice, it was mandatory. Imagined kings and rulers, driven by an insatiable hunger for land and power, they didn't negotiate. They commanded armies. They didn't build bridges of diplomacy. They spread terror. Any city that dared to resist, to stand for its freedom, was simply wiped from existence. Its people faced a grim choice: enslavement or execution. Fear was their most effective weapon, more potent than any sword or spear, ensuring that the mere rumor of the empire's approach was enough to break the will of its enemies. But who paid the ultimate price for this relentless expansion? The ordinary people. Farmers toiled from dawn till dusk, their sweat and labor feeding the insatiable appetite of the growing empire. Soldiers marched into battle without question, their lives given for a king's ambition. And then there were the slaves, captured and forced to labor in fields, quarry stone for grand palaces, and build the very roads that carried the armies of their conquerors. Their lives were seen as completely expendable, a resource to be used and discarded. Every magnificent temple, every strategic road, every symbol of the empire's glory was built upon a mountain of human suffering. This control wasn't just physical, it was a deep psychological domination. The laws, the state-sponsored rituals, even the religion, all were carefully crafted tools to command the minds and souls of the populace. Disobedience wasn't just frowned upon, it was met with brutal and public punishment, a spectacle designed to reinforce the message: resistance is futile. This constant state of fear was the glue that held the empire together, a suffocating force that ensured no one would ever dare to dream of rebellion. Even after millennia, the echoes of this first empire remain. We see its legacy in the trade routes that still connect continents and the systems of organization that shaped future societies. But we must never forget the brutal truth of their origin. They were born from violence and sustained by suffering. The story of the first empire teaches us a harsh but vital lesson about history, that progress and power often walk hand in hand with a dark and costly shadow. This was humanity's first brutal lesson in power. This was the first empire built on blood. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the past compelling, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.